Hey YouTube, Chief Monkey J here. Just thought I'd bring another little video for you guys, more on the bushcraft type of stuff, a little bit of what we're going to be doing. This weekend, not this weekend, the weekend that we go out. Just thought I'd bring you a couple of little puppies. I'll show you what I'm going to try out. First one is this beautiful, I don't want you to see us on here, walnut effect, handled, full tang and leather sheath, stainless steel Whitby blade. What are we talking? There's a palm's width, 4 inches or so, 5 inches, something like that. Same with the handle. Fits hand quite nicely. Quite a steep grind on this one. Not particularly even, so it's mass produced. So we're going to take this knife out, try it out, put it through some tests, give it some banging, decide what we're going to use it for, maybe make a few changes, you never know. Then we've got Smith & Wesson copy from Deal Extreme. Cheap, and I mean cheap, about $4, something like that, $7, I don't know. It's so small I can't remember. Gym pin, top and bottom, tanto shape blade, cutouts for lightness there, skeletonized handle, interesting shape knife, designed as a necker, good solid plastic sheath with whistle on the end of it. That could prove useful. Thoughts already? It's a handed blade. You see this side, I don't know if you'll see it on the camera, but this side is dead straight, and it's a chisel grind on this end. Typical Japanese tooling style, that chisel grind. So again, we're going to try that. I've got a feeling that it's going to be a left-handed or right-handed use knife, depending on the task you are doing. So we got that little necker to try. And lastly, but not least, is from a friend of mine in America. Well, he has to be a friend now. I've been promising to do a video review on this and everything since I've got it. You've seen me flash it up a couple of times, is my custom little puppy dog from Sheepdog Knives. Now I'll explain a bit more about this knife. This is a little 2.5 inch blade necker. My design, completely and utterly. The first knife I've ever designed. Put a bit of a background behind it for you guys. You can see it in a bit more detail hopefully. The camera's not particularly good, so I do apologise. The design of the blade, of the handle, is to fit directly in my 3 fingers with this end of the cord giving the support for my little finger. Fits me perfect. Huge gym pin on the top. Now a lot of people aren't going to like this. I know Scott from Wessex Place doesn't because it hurts his thumb, but I have got thumbs of blooming steel, and especially when I'm wearing gloves, I don't think I'm going to grip. The second point of this huge gym pin on top is because I've gutted the paracord on this and round it round the handle, on a skeletonized handle, and I put 3 Chinese crown knots to make a sort of tail there. There should be, in theory, enough paracord there for me to lash to a branch, pole, make a spit. That's the idea of the really large gym pin on there, so I've got something to really bind through. So we shall test that out. But anyway, I designed this from Sheepdog Knives. He's got a video on his website of showing when he made it before he sent it out to me. It came with a shallower grind. We put this came with a quite steep grind, I should say. We put a much shallower grind on it and longer. Velvet it back up the edge quite a bit. It's still a work in progress. We've got to take it out now, and it needs some times on a few stones. And I'll have a video up shortly of the process of grinding this back, just so Sheepdog could see it. But we knew it was going to happen because I asked for him just to put anything on it, and I'd sort it out in England to my taste. So we've got a nice edge on here now. A few more works to the stone before we go out. But he's a very good fella to work with. $120 that cost me, 70 quid ish, 75 quid ish. It's a small price to pay for someone to do something to your own design. I mean, there's people out there doing it for cheaper, there's people out there doing it for more, there's all sorts of knives and brands, but in fairness, I wanted to give the guy a chance. I mean, I was using one of Fishwall's knives out in the woods with Scott once, and I fell in love with it. Unfortunately, I thought Sheepdog made the knife that Fishwolf was making. Once I realised my mistake, I decided to carry on with Sheepdog and get him to make it for me. He also designed me this little sheath here, which is drab olive green Kydex sheath with belt loops in it for me to go on belts like these that you get with carry more trousers, things like that. Pops in here quite nicely, so you can get a slightly wider belt on here if you need to. And due to the holes in the top, we can neck at this. Few points on it so far. Really, I like the design. I really do, and I've asked him to leave the blackening and the hardening on here for me, which I really like. Blends well with the olive paracord and the olive sheath. I can tell you, Sheepdog from Wessex Blades, this is hard. Your hardening process is hard, and I mean it's hard. It's just harder than a porn star with a hard on. It's that hard. Took some grinding, mate. Wait to see the grinding video. It really did. What was going to be a 20-minute job turned out to be a couple of hours, 7 cups of coffee job. But anyway, I think it's going to work really well for me now. It's going to be in my pack as just a random knife. It's going to be in there. It's my utility knife. That's what it's designed for. It's not designed for doubling up as, oh dear, it's all I got, I'm going to cut everything with it. That's not what it's designed for. It literally is to be a utility knife. Making feather sticks, whittling, skinning, vegetable cutting, you name it, that's the idea of it. Fishing, spearing, anything like that sort of thing. Look, that needs a good blade, but a small blade. Just to let you know, Sheepdog, on this sheath, for your future records, you need to crimp up the ends. I don't know whether you can see this, but right on the end of here you've got a split. Look, let's see if I can get that in camera for you. There is a split. Now, before I put the paracord on here, you could put it in the sheath and push it. You can't now. You could push it that far up. There you go. It's started to split the end, and you can push it that far up that you can actually get the blade tip will be appearing out the corner. So for future reference, maybe include a bit more material there, crimp it up, do something with it. I'm going to heat gun it up or solder an iron over the top or something, try and give it a seal. But just a minor point. Apart from that, very happy. Apologies, sincere apologies that it's taken so long to get this video out here. Well, that's what we're going to be testing. So we're going to have the Whitby, the cheap knockoff Smith & Wesson Tantos style knife, and sheepdog's knife and my little puppy dog. I haven't got a name for it. Suggestions would be great. Sheepdog knives, made it. I'm Chief Monkey J. It's a small thing. I mean, it's got, I'll get it up to your camera for you, it's got CMJ down here that he stamped in, and an SDK for Sheepdog knives down here. I don't think you can see it on this, but lovely little blade. So we're going to test them out in the woods. I thought I'd just let you guys know, so if you want to ask for any specific type of testing, if it's feasible, I'm more than happy to do it. Alright, Chief Monkey J out for now.